2 News is your vaccine central, and it's a question that many people are asking us. Can your employer require you to get the coronavirus shot once it's available to you?
Channel 2 investigator Robert Arnold reports on your rights tonight. And will you be able to keep your job if you refuse the vaccine?
Just when I thought I had a plan, just when I thought I had things figured out.
COVID hit Molly Wynn's baking business hard.
I found out that we couldn't even go to the store. There were shortages of ingredients.
Wynn was able to navigate the hurdles and get her home-based business humming again. She even brought on a friend and co-owner.
I used to work at a company called Vanderbloemen, and due to COVID, half the company got laid off, and I was one of them.
Both are eager to return to a sense of normality, which means both have to decide whether that return includes getting the vaccine.
My mom, being in her 60s, almost 70, she plans 100% on getting the vaccine, and so I'm just going to go get it with her when she does.
In order for us to be able to interact with each other and safely handle food and provide food for others and safely gather, then you got to do what you got to do.
While getting the vaccine is ultimately a personal choice, when it comes to your job,
can an employer force an employee to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
Well, generally, yes, they can.
Sophia George is a civil litigator with the Germer Law Firm. She says the law generally backs employers who make vaccines mandatory, especially when the greater public's health is at stake.
If you are working with what we would consider a high-risk population, an employer has a much better argument in requiring their employees take the COVID-19 vaccination.
However, George says there are exceptions. The Civil Rights Act and the Americans with Disabilities Act cover those who have documented medical or religious reasons for not getting a vaccine. If you are covered by these federal laws,
your employer is required to make some sort of accommodation for you.
If you are not covered by one of these acts but are against getting the vaccine,
if you do have an employer who requires this vaccine and you might not want to take it, I do recommend you reach out to an attorney and see what your options are.
Channel 2 Investigates reached out to dozens of companies, everything from grocery stores to healthcare. None we spoke with say they'll make the vaccine mandatory. Some, like H-E-B and Home Depot, told us they will help employees get the vaccine when available, just like they do during flu season. Methodist Hospital is even offering $500 bonuses to healthcare workers who get the vaccine. Schools are also ramping up efforts.
Our priority is to vaccinate the school staff.
Angie Brown is executive director of the Teen Health Center, which has partnered with Galveston ISD to set up 5 vaccination clinics on school campuses.
We expect to get our first shipment of vaccine in mid-January.
Something else to consider when it comes to vaccines in your job. Even if an employer does not make it mandatory, your role in a company could be altered based on your decision whether to get the vaccine. This is why on click2houston.com, we have a link to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, which has a lengthy list of answers to questions regarding COVID-19 and employment. Robert Arnold, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Robert. Our Vaccine Central coverage continues on click2houston.com/vaccine. You'll see the Houston area hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies that have received vaccines, the differences between both vaccines, and much more right there online. New at 10